I'm a winner. What the hell am I doing here? Alyssa is on YouTube. Why am I on YouTube? And also, why am I using this microphone that's actually a headset that only has one ear thing? Well, that's a good question. I don't have a microphone. This is the only one I have. And that's okay because I'm on YouTube. I could be on YouTube with whatever equipment or non equipment. Anyways, why am I on YouTube? And the answer is why not? I think that I am in my 20s now, almost mid 20s. Ooh. Almost mid 20s, and your 20s are a very confusing time. I feel like I am a domesticated dog that has learned tricks all his life and has been trained really well, kind of, moderately well. Um, and one day, my trainer is like, hey, you need to go out into the wild. And I'm like, what the heck? How the heck do I do that? And all my life, all I've known to do is like sit and roll over and like play dead so that I can get a treat or like a belly rub or the occasional walk during the day and get food on time. you know? And I feel like now I'm slowly getting reintroduced into the wild. And they're like, okay, go, be free. And I'm like, okay, how the heck do I do that? Um, and I actually, the reality is, I don't actually feel like a domesticated dog being forced to go back into the wild because I currently, recently moved back in with my parents and I have a roof over my head. So it's not nearly that dire. Like, my situation isn't that dire. But I do feel like every time I go do something new, I feel like a coyote is gonna eat me alive. You know what I mean? In all seriousness, I feel like uh, your 20s are a very confusing time. I think that there's a lot of growth and development that happens during this time. And it can be very overwhelming. I have friends that are like getting married, engaged, running marathons, climbing the corporate ladder. I'm gonna go to do going to school, still going to school, and then going back to school, putting off growing up a little bit longer and just blowing up all their savings and traveling, which I respect. And so amidst all of this confusion and amidst all of this, activity, I feel like sometimes I give myself a really hard time because I feel like, back on it with the dog analogy, I feel like I'm not acclimatizing to the wild as fast as some other people. Um, and I'm like taking a step back, being like, whoa, 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 slow the heck down. There's no acclimatizing to the wild better or faster. It's just the way that you're doing it. The least that I can do is just take a step back, recognizing that I'm still doing things with my time, even though it's not necessarily uh, in line with a specific mold or a specific type of life that I'm supposed to have. And that doesn't mean that my life is less worthwhile or less exciting or less successful. It just means that I'm doing things and it's a little bit different. And that's okay. Your life doesn't always have to be super extravagant. Doesn't mean that you're not living. And I think that, doing something like this will really help me to reflect back on my experiences or my life or parts of my life or just snippets of my life and realize, oh, like I am learning, I am growing, I am, doing things, trying new things. And I think that we need a witness to our lives sometimes. And if, it's myself and these kind of forms of videos that I can, consider a witness to my life, so be it. And maybe it'll just be me in 20, 30 years that finds these videos interesting or useful. Maybe it's just a couple of my friends and family, and that's okay. I think that it's important to have a witness to how awesome our lives are, even if it's not the definition of awesome on Instagram or TikTok or whatnot. So that is why I'm doing YouTube. I think I've also been wanting to do YouTube for quite some time, but I was feeling a bit stressed by, figuring out like what my personal brand will be or like what my target market niche would be, and how I should channel my energy or edit my videos or have a theme to my videos. And then I realized it's my channel. It's my channel. I can do whatever the heck I want to do with it. I can post whatever videos I want. Like one day I could post a video of my favorite green juice recipe, and then another day it could be a collage or montage of my favorite hike. Who knows? Another time will be just like a reflective thought that I put out into the wild. And in some, like, it doesn't really matter what my niche or target market is because it's mine. And it can change. It'll be dynamic. The only criteria is that this might be something that I would enjoy looking back to. I think that I have been deprived of a creative outlet for a really long time. So I don't I was chatting with this with a friend, but I don't think that the school system actually, so school system meaning like K to like university, I don't think it actually teaches you much about being creative, and being boundless. And I think I have been very deprived of it for some time. I think that I can be a very creative person, but but in reality, I don't work a job that allows me to be very creative, and it eats up a lot of my capacity. That like after I'm working, like the last thing that I want to do is like more work for myself, but I think that I will really enjoy doing this, and I will probably suck at it the first time that I do it, but I do really like learning new things, and I don't think I actually have learned anything on my own accord in a really long time. The last time that I like learned something was for something regarding like school or like work or like a potential job, and I don't think that I've actually had the opportunity to take time for myself and learn something new, no strings attached. Except I did start trying to learn the ukulele during COVID, but then I realized that it's only you learning the ukulele is only really fun if you can sing. And then I realized I am actually really tone deaf, and so it's really hard to sing on tune with your ukulele when you're tone deaf. So I put that to rest, but I will maybe try again. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a video about it. Who knows? Yeah, so this is my first video. Next one, who knows what it'll be. But don't expect anything too extravagant. And this is my first video. Enjoy. Don't really know what it's going to be about. I'm a winner. Bye. I hope that you enjoy. What the hell am I doing here? Okay. I don't belong here. Oh, yeah. Bye. Boo! Boo! Look how pretty! Yay! If you're going on a bike ride, don't forget to wear your glasses or contacts. And also, don't forget to bring your lights with you, even if you have a backlight. You need both lights, front and back. And as my friend Megan would say, life is awesome. Don't forget that. Okay, bye.